Hi guys, William Irvitt here. Now, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is you are watching this. No, it doesn't suit. If you haven't realised already, it's winter. You can tell. You can draw on people's cars. Your house starts vaping. It's slippy. Your house gets full of shite. These things appear. And you spend more often doing this. For those that don't know me, I'm Steve. I'm proud owner of Felix, a W-registered 2000 MPI Cooper Sport. Those that do follow me on Instagram will know the project hopefully quite well by now. So where am I now with her at the moment? She's been in the garage for months and months on end, whilst I've done a few bits and pieces, kept her clean, and just tried to do as much maintenance as I can. Winter's a bit of a difficult one. I'd love to be able to just pull the engine apart and make it super clean and get it ready for things like Bingley in the new year. However, as you can probably imagine, time and life gets in the way a little bit. So what have I done in the meantime? So I've done a bit of a misfire. Hopefully I'll get the video up and you can see it now. No, misfire. Yeah, so a bit of a misfire, bit of a bang. Not that impressed with it, to be honest with you. Most likely going to be a boost cut issue. So I'll investigate that in the meantime. What I have done is I've installed a new manifold, and I've put a few pictures up at the moment. I've also modified the Specialist Components throttle body so that the injectors don't fire straight into the sensor lines for the map sensor, for the boost gauge and the fuel pressure regulator. Essentially, over a period of time, it'll just deteriorate them from the ingress. And I'm not making money, and I'm not going to buy a £100 map sensor every 3 months because I can't be asked to do something about it. So, as you can imagine, winter's a bit of a tough time for these little things. A lot of them stay outdoors, a lot of them stay indoors. Your lucky buggers out there manage to get them indoors into a nice, warm, comfy house. I haven't got that luxury. I've got a freezing cold garage, hence the hoodie, when it's like -3 outside at the moment. So, my plan, and it has been for a while, is to get an air chamber to stick Felix in. The whole idea of it is to keep the air moving throughout it, keep it circulating. If the air is circulating and it's moving the moisture around, moisture can't stick to it, so it keeps going through. I see a lot of people with dehumidifiers. That's fine for what you want. However, dehumidifiers have a few issues, especially when it comes to stuff like vinyl, leather and wood. It dries them out, which on a lot of vinyl dashes you'll probably see the lacquer comes off, they start cracking, and leather really doesn't like to be dried out. So if you can get something that can hold a certain amount of humidity in the air, absolutely fine. However, it really needs some airflow within the garage. I'm quite lucky at the moment. I've got lockable windows, so they're open a fraction. There is a little bit of ventilation through here. But really, with the next fact that I live in the middle of nowhere, next to a load of fields, you get a lot of dust in. She's covered in dust at the moment, so I want to do something about it. So what have I done? I've bought an airflow air chamber, and I think we should just go and put the damn thing up, really, shan't we? Now that's out of the box, time to make some room. Right, here we go. To give you an understanding of what's going on, so the chamber itself is flat and just been unpacked, and then we've got a selection of poles selection of fittings, some more poles, and the instructions. So we'll give this a go, see how we get on.
Two hours later.
Okay, so with the tent kind of half inflated at the moment, I'm supposed to wait till it fully inflates, but it's going to take days. I want to kind of get this done as soon as possible. So, you've got the poles as you would have a normal tent. However, according to the diagram, I've got to install these, which are lengtheners, depending on which size you've bought, as well as these, which are the adjusters. So I'll get on with them. And that's them finished. That's the full length of the base done. Okay, so that's it up. To give you an idea, there's two fans, one either side at the rear. And it's essentially just a flow of air through the tent and out this slot on the other side. So it keeps the airflow moving and stops condensation building up on the car. So I guess the next thing is now is to put Felix in it. Okay, so a little bit more about winter storage. I use a CTEC trickle charger. It's plugged into the battery pretty much all the time that the car's in the garage. It keeps it cycled, it keeps a little bit of power in there at all times, but most importantly it keeps it around 14 volts, which is absolutely ideal. Working around the car, fuel tank, full to the brim. Now this is a bit of a contentious issue, but in the aviation world they keep the fuel tanks full to keep humidity and dampness out of it, which is what's causing the rust. So I tend to fill it to the brim if I'm going to store the car. If you're going to do it and leave it for a long period of time, because the RONs tend to drop, I'd put it something like V-Power in there, and that will always help. In terms of tyres, what I tend to do is pump about another 3 or 4 psi in there, but I also move the car backwards and forwards every couple of weeks just to make sure I don't get any low points. In terms of whilst it's in the chamber, I keep the window open, get the humidity out of the car. That will always help you, especially if you've got suffer with bad seals, especially the window. In terms of engine, make sure your coolant's up and make sure your oil's all topped up as well. What I would say, if you're going to keep them in there for long periods of time, I'd do a full oil and filter change beforehand. Old oil tends to get acidic over time, which is no good for seals. So if you can do a full service on the car just before you put it in, it will help you absolutely loads. Okay guys, thanks very much indeed for sticking around. I know it's been a bit of a long one. If anybody does want one of these, by the way, the company's called Airflow. They make airflow chambers. If you Google that, you'll be able to find it. This is the sports car size, so it's just smaller than a small. Save you a bit of money as well. It's about £470 all in delivered. In my opinion, much of a bargain and a lot better construction than compared to something like a Carcoon. Hopefully we'll keep the longevity in Felix for a fair bit. Keep the old rust at bay. So plans for me and plans for the car at the moment. So keeping her clean at the moment. She is due a full valet at the moment. So when it's not raining, I'll get her outside and do a full deep clean and put her back in the chamber. And then she's due a service in January, full oil and oil filter change. Apart from that, Bingley's in January. So please, guys, come along if you can. If you do see me, please come and say hello. I do appreciate it. And remember to hit that thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Until then, I'll see you around.